New tonight, the Federal Reserve rattling markets, stocks dropping dramatically. I mean, dramatically. Look at this chart. Just in the minutes after the Fed Chairman Jerome Powell began speaking this afternoon and signaled an interest rate hike is coming, which, we all knew it was coming. But as he spoke, boom, it went down. Listen to this.
I would say that the committee is of a mind to raise the federal funds rate at the March meeting, assuming that conditions are appropriate for doing so. I think there's quite a bit of room to raise interest rates without threatening the labor market.
Quite a bit of room to raise interest rates without threatening the labor market. Okay, that's terrifying to a lot of people, right? That means there's a lot of room to send rates higher, which is borrowing costs on everything, right? Credit cards, mortgages, you name it. It comes as Chairman Powell is admitting, though, that the inflation problem has been getting worse, and it is now at its highest rate in about 40 years. Out front now, Jim Bianco, president of Bianco Research. So, Jim, look, the expectation is the Fed's going to raise interest rates a whole bunch of times this year. But it comes out today with this announcement from Chairman Powell. As recent polls by Gallup show, 8 in 10 Americans worry inflation is going to get worse from even here. Half of Americans say rising prices have caused hardship for their families, which makes sense when you think about things like milk, in some cases, doubling in price. So is this problem going to get worse from here right now, the inflation problem?
It's going to get worse over the next few months if you go by the official statistics, and then it should peak in the spring. And we all have that expectation. And then the question is, how fast does it get better after that? And there's varying opinions about whether or not inflation is going to come down quickly or come down slowly. And I side with more of the market consensus that it's probably going to come down slower than we would like. And that's going to keep the Federal Reserve looking to try and attack the inflation problem by continuing to raise interest rates.
Right. And of course, if it comes down, but as interest rates go up, that carries its own set of pain and suffering for regular Americans. When you look at the market today, so Chairman Powell starts talking at about 2:30 in the afternoon. And like I said, I want to emphasize here, the markets expected him to say that there was room to raise interest rates. And yet the market started going down, even though he was theoretically saying what they expected him to say. What do you make of that?
He did say what you were supposed to say, what we expected, that he was going to raise interest rates. But that quote that you had at the beginning where he said that they have plenty of room to raise interest rates means that it's going to raise rates more than what he thinks. And to give you one example, the market had been pricing in 3 interest rate hikes for 2022 before he spoke and 5 after he spoke. And so we just added 2 rate hikes that while he spoke, because of that idea that they've got plenty of room. And as you pointed out, you raise the cost of money, you make it more expensive, you slow down economic activity, and that hurts earnings and that hurts the economy. But hopefully you're doing that in a delicate way to try and bring down the cost of everything. Because one thing about inflation, it hurts everybody. There's nobody that has avoided inflation. And it hurts people at the lower end of the spectrum because they don't have stocks or a home that can go up in value that can offset the cost of higher prices as well.
Yeah. Well, Jim, I really appreciate your perspective. I don't like your use of the word delicate. It makes me worried. I don't have a whole lot of confidence in any of this being delicately done, but it is a fair word. Thanks so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
And next, Putin's roadmap.